It's an emergency situation. First responders are drilling through concrete in order to reach these vehicles and these victims left stranded after a collapse. But for these firefighters, it's only an exercise, and it's all taking place at the end of a 2,800-foot-long tunnel in West Virginia. The Memorial Tunnel is part of the Center for National Response, an advanced training center owned and operated by the West Virginia National Guard. Everyone from National Guard units to civilian rescue teams come here to take advantage of the variety of training scenarios the center offers. Inside the tunnel, there is a cave system, a mailroom, even a full subway station for mass populist scenarios. And the center staff says they can create the scenario around the needs of the unit. So whether it's vehicle stabilization or hazardous material identification, it can happen in the tunnel.
We can go from basic, get the information off the internet to make your own meth lab, to facility that's advanced enough for a chemist with a PhD to be able to create whatever type of toxin or chemical warfare agent that they have.
The Air National Guard is one organization that benefits from the center's numerous possibilities.
If something happens to where you can't get to the other
The air component of the National Guard provides agile combat support downrange and acts as a reach-back capability to civil support teams in their home state. The Memorial Tunnel provides the training they need to ensure they're ready when they get the call.
It is the Disneyland for first responders. They can do anything you want here and inject realism into this scenario. So we can slow it down and let our first responders do what they need to do and practice their core competencies. When you do this kind of thing at home station, the commanders want it bundled up with a nice bow on it. In about 3 hours, you end up doing a lot of tabletop exercises. But here, Disney World for first responders, realism is where it's at.
Realism is one of the center's strengths, and it's handed out in increments. Today's exercise deep within the tunnel began under the sun 3 days ago, where the firefighters from the Maryland Air National Guard learned the ins and outs of a wide range of air-powered cutting tools, and then used them to reach victims of a mock crash.
Down in Maryland, we don't have the accessibility to a tunnel, multiple cars like this, so it's really good training evolution. I'm excited.
From there, it was inside the tunnel, and another accident scene to stabilize. And now, on the third day of training, the lights are out and the guardsmen are putting their training together to get through concrete slabs, climb through a tunnel, and rescue stranded victims.
We're not a USAR team. We're not accustomed to this kind of training. So any chance we get to be able to come to a location like this and do these kinds of operations where we're breaching concrete, we're in a confined space, we're in extremely difficult situations for auto extrication and patient extrication. It's a great training opportunity for us to come out.
As the three-day exercise comes to a close, the guardsmen know they are better prepared to provide emergency support in their home state.
Our units from Baltimore, we have a tunnel that goes underneath the Chesapeake Bay. There's a few small tunnels, in the area, but yeah, that's a real big one. And that's always run the possibility of running something like this.
Tomorrow, these firemen will be heading home, but inside the Memorial Tunnel, the scene will be changing to meet demands of a new batch of trainees. It's that type of adaptability that you won't find anywhere else.
We're the only tunnel facility in the country that's able to do this.
Reporting from Gallagher, West Virginia, I'm Tech Sergeant Lee Hoover.